Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Jordan and welcome to today's video, which is just going to be a very casual video talking about goals. I kind of want to do this in two parts. First is I want to look back on my 2022 goals and see if I've met them. And then I also want to set some goals for 2023. I do have some opinions about goals in general, which I will get to later, but let's start with reviewing my 2022 goals. It does look like I combined this with my previous year reading stats, so I'm not sure how many goals I ended up having, but let's just go ahead and review. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Jordan, and today I'm going to be talking about something. Apparently I didn't have it very well laid out or scripted out last year either. I forgot that I did a reading stats kind of wrap up of the previous year, so I'll have to think about doing that at the very beginning of 2023, talking about all of my 2022 reading stats. Maybe I'll combine that with my December reading wrap up. Now, as far as 2022, I am not really a big goal setter, I wouldn't say, in my normal life. Like the last goal that I can remember setting and meeting was in 2019 when I wanted to read 52 books in a year for the first time ever. That obviously went remarkably well because here I am still reading a ton of books every year and loving it. The following year I did like a cooking resolution, had a goal of trying like 52 new recipes. That didn't go as well, so we're just not going to talk about that again. So we're going to try some this year. I'm not going to go super crazy. I also struggle with making goals that are out of my control, so I'll explain that when I go through it. So okay, funny that I just also said I'm not a big goal setter in this video because that's true. Still true. I think goals are great, but for me, habits are better. Reading wise, my goal again is to read 52 books. That's my Goodreads goal. And again, if everything else in my life self-implodes, I feel like I can still manage a book a week and hit that, but 100 would be my stretch goal if possible. Okay, first reading goal was to read 52 books. I have already for sure blown that out of the water. I think at the time of filming this, I've read 172 books, which is pretty insane. Definitely my highest reading year ever. I think I hit 52 in the summer, which is great. And then I said in this video, my stretch goal was 100, which I also blew out of the water, so that's awesome. I would also like to continue prioritizing only purchasing books that are either favorite books or favorite authors. I've just found that I'm not exactly a minimalist when it comes to collecting books, but I would really like my collection to be like my favorite collection. You know, I would love for people to go to my shelves and know that any book they pick off of there is one that I've loved or is an author that I've loved, and so they have a good chance of enjoying it. I don't really feel a need of just collecting books to have them, nor do I feel a need to have a huge owned TBR. And then my second goal, to limit book buying to favorite authors or books that I'm really truly excited about. I think I've definitely done that as well. I've done a great job this year of staying on top of my own TBR and never really having more than 20 or 30 books that I own and haven't read yet. And really the only books that I buy these days are ones that I'm really excited about, or by an author that's a favorite author, or a cover that I'm really excited about, or book of the month or Aardvark subscription books. There is one genre that I would like to read more of this year, and that is science fiction. And that's because out of all the books that I read last year, almost all of the science fiction books I loved, but it wasn't very many. So I feel like I need to explore that genre more because obviously I'm really liking what I'm already reading, but I feel like I could also really narrow down my tastes more and become better at like recommending sci-fi books, learning the tropes and the authors, and just becoming more knowledgeable about it. Yeah, the third goal I remembered I had on here, and that's to read more sci-fi books. I do think I've done that a little bit. I did do a whole dedicated video to reading sci-fi space related books. That video went really well. And just in general, if there's a sci-fi I'm interested in, I definitely pick it up without hesitation. If I go back and look at my stats, it's probably not as high of a percentage of my reading as other genres and as maybe I would like it to be. But I'm also at the point now where I don't know what I would do to increase it because I don't have many sci-fi authors that I really want to either dig into their backlist or they've had new releases that I just haven't read yet. I need to do a little bit more discovery within the genre, and that might help open my doors to additional sci-fi books that I can read. But in general, I do think I've met this goal. Okay, and now I have some YouTube goals. These again are the ones that I struggle with because a lot of times people make goals that are out of their control, like hitting a certain subscriber count. So I don't really have that. I kind of do though, so I would really love by the end of 2022 to hit monetization on my channel, which feels weird to say. I'm not in it for the money. I just think it would be a nice, you know, milestone. It would be something that's encouraging and validating, and then it would also be nice to, of course, receive a small amount of compensation for the amount of work and time that does go into this hobby. For anyone who does not know, to be monetized on YouTube, you have to have at least 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. And I think right now I'm around like 730 something subscribers, so I'm getting closer to that 1,000. But the watch hours are definitely the harder piece there because that's a lot of hours. Okay, YouTube goals. I feel like I just said everything that I still think as far as subscriber count goals or goals that are out of my control. I don't like to set those because I cannot control who watches my videos, who subscribes to my videos, or anything that other people do. I can only control what I do, what I put out on my channel, and that's it. So I still stand by that, and I don't have any subscriber goals or anything. I did hit this first goal. I did hit monetization last month, actually in November, which was very exciting. Definitely a huge milestone when it comes to the watch hours that you need. So I'm very proud of that, and I'm happy that I hit that before the end of the year. So I don't want to put too much stake into it, but what I am going to do to kind of pursue that is this year I want to really focus on more searchable content, which is a tip and advice that I have gotten before, and I understand that logically that makes sense. I just find it hard sometimes to make content that I don't necessarily gravitate towards when I watch it, or I don't find it as fun to make, but I know that it's popular content for a reason. It's what people are searching for new channels for. Like, a lot of people will search for January 2022 TBRs, or they'll search for book hauls, or they'll search for thriller recommendations. So all of those types of videos are things that I don't make a lot of, but I want to make more of so that I can be found more easily. So that's the goal, is to make more searchable content. But that, of course, is going to be in addition to the content that I most enjoy making, which is reading vlogs and reading challenge videos and stuff like that. Okay, interesting. I didn't remember this being a goal of mine, but I do think I've definitely done this. TBRs and wrap-ups I have absolutely stuck to this year, which is awesome, and those are some of my most viewed videos, so I know that that's working, and I do plan on continuing that into the new year. I also have created a couple of recommendations videos. I know I've done thriller recommendations, I've done sci-fi recommendations, I did emotional book recommendations, and then I did winter book recommendations. Those are the 4 that are coming to mind. And even though those aren't my favorite videos to make, I do see their value, and I do think I'll continue making them whenever I have recommendations to share. I really don't just want to make those videos with the same books over and over again, so I like to wait until I actually have some new recommendations, and that's why I don't create rec videos all the time. But I do think I met this goal, and I think it has paid off. Okay, so that was it for 2022 goals. I do think I met all of them, so I'm happy with that. I do think it's all paid off. I'm really happy with my channel and my content right now, so that brings me to my 2023 goals, which anticlimactically are to keep doing what I'm doing. I really don't want to set any kind of subscriber count goals or anything that I can't directly control. I also really don't want to pigeonhole myself. This year I have been really consistent in the content I'm putting out, but I don't have a strict upload schedule, which a lot of people say is key. They say make a schedule, stick to the schedule, and I know that that's good advice, but I also know that being super strict with that just doesn't work with my lifestyle. I have a full-time job, I have 2 toddlers, I have a husband who also likes to hang out and spend time with me. Sometimes I need the flexibility to not be reading, to not be filming, to go to bed early, or whatever it is. So I want to maintain that. However, for the sake of this video, let's put some numbers to it. I'm going to say that in 2023, I would like to post 100 videos. With 52 weeks in a year, that is just under twice a week, which if I were going to set an upload schedule for myself, that's what I would do, is 2 days a week. But with the number 100 videos total, that means they can be whatever days I have content ready to post, I can post it. If I'm feeling extra inspired and I have extra videos, I can post them in the moment. If I'm going through like a non-creative period, or my life is really busy and I stop posting, I can take breaks. But overall, about twice a week is what I would like to maintain. And if I hit 100 videos in a year, that's a lot of videos. So I would be very happy and proud of that. I also want to continue doing my live productivity sprints, which I have really found to be the live type of content that works for me. I love all of my friends that do reading sprints during the week at nighttime, and I will absolutely continue hopping onto my friends' channels when they invite me. But the nighttime reading sprints, not only do I not need to do them because so many other people do them, but also that doesn't always work with my life because of my kids and their bedtime routines and everything like that. But doing sprints during the daytime while I'm working with my work from home situation, it works perfectly for me. It feels like it's kind of a niche that I don't see a ton of other booktubers in right now. Not that no one ever does during the day productivity or reading sprints, but it feels a little bit more like a space that I can kind of occupy, and I get value out of it. I've been told that people who join get value out of it, so I want to continue doing that. Again, I don't want to be super strict with myself and say I have to do it every single week, because that's absolutely not sustainable, but I do think twice a month is realistic and sustainable, and I can always do more than that if I want to. But making that like an overall number goal, 2 times 12 would be 24. So let's say I want to do live productivity sprints at least 24 times next year. That feels doable to me. Again, when I'm in really productive cycles, I can do more than that. I can do 4 or 5 in a month. But then the times where I'm feeling busy or I go on vacation or whatever, I don't have to do it every single week. So 100 videos posted, 24 live productivity sprints posted. Let's talk about books. Normally I set my goal at 52 because that is just what I know I can hit. But let's just make it nice and round. Let's make it 100. And let's see, do I want any more quantitative goals on top of that? I don't think so. You guys, I am just here for a good time. I'm going to continue kind of following my creativity. If I feel like doing creative reading vlogs, I want to be able to follow that. If I have good recommendations to do searchable recommendation videos, then I can do that. Ooh, you know what would be another fun goal is meeting booktube friends. This last year is the first time I met a couple of my booktube friends in person. I met Gwen and Jessie. There may already be some plans to see them again in person this year. I would also really like to see some other friends. This might be the loftiest goal I'm gonna set in this whole video, but what if I say I want to meet 10 booktube friends in person this next year? I don't know, you'll have to stay tuned to see if I can make that happen, but that is just such a fulfilling part of doing this hobby, is being able to talk to other book lovers, and meeting them in person is not necessarily something I ever thought I would be doing, but so fulfilling when it actually happens. So let's do that. 10 booktube friends. If you are watching this and you're my friend and you think we can make an in-person meetup happen, please message me, let's do it. But yeah, I think that's all I'm gonna set for goals for myself in the new year. I'm definitely still in a phase of life where things are continuing to change for me. You know, new jobs, moving, expanding a family are all things still on the table, and all of those things are very disruptive, and I need the flexibility to be able to shift my focus to more of my personal life whenever I need to. But I also know and appreciate that booktube is always here for me when I come back. And as of now, I'm fully in it, you guys. I have no intentions of taking a break, but a year is a long time. And I know that people struggle when they set goals that are too lofty or not actually aligned with where their life is going. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to fall in that trap. I want to continue enjoying this hobby as much as I am right now. And the way I think I'm going to do that is just by continuing to go with the flow, do what feels good, and yeah. So with that, please let me know what kind of goals you have set for yourself for the new year. Reading goals, if you're a content creator of any sort, content goals, other life goals not related to reading, or maybe you're not a goals person at all. Let me know about that. I would love to chat about it. But other than that, I don't think I have anything else. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in my next one.